Alright, in the bottom right hand side we've got the red Terran, it is FunKa. And his opponent in the blue playing Zerg, it is YoGo. Recently became father and posted a video of him kind of nursing his child and joking around that he was practicing really hard for Roti so that he could steal one more of his probes like in the last Casters tournament. You saw that, right?
I saw it. Yeah, I mean, last tournament also Roti was streaming on his own stream, right?
Yeah.
It was so fun watching Roti just go through all the emotions that he did in his
Yeah,
win
yeah.
against Pig and then against YoGo. I thought that was amazing to watch.
Yeah, it was like very genuine. And he was like, I think people got really nervous for this as well. Like you're used of casting, so even if there is thousands of people in the same arena as you or watching online, you don't really, you get used to it, and then you don't get nervous. But then the one time you have to do something different, playing, and you know that everybody's watching you play, and is gonna judge you for everything, you might get a little bit more nervous, and I think that happened to a lot of these guys.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of pros still get nervous, right, in tournaments, right? Don't you get nervous for like big WCS events and stuff?
No, I get nervous for sure. I don't know if you guys get nervous for casting, but for playing, I get nervous for sure.
But all the time, or you mean?
I mainly get nervous when I play against players that I think I should really beat. I don't really, so at BlizzCon, obviously I was nervous because it was so important, but in WCS tournaments, I don't really get nervous in quarterfinals or semis when I play against Sarah. But if I play against a random NA player 3-2-7 in the group stages, that's where I get really nervous actually.
Yeah, but like why? Because you think if you lose, like it's just like really bad because you're not supposed to lose, or?
Yeah, because I would hate myself for it.
Okay.
Quite simple.
So you're worried you might hate yourself. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this start here by FunKa? Quick reactor on the barracks and the second barracks.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen two, like, there's a 2-on-1 opening obviously, but that doesn't start with CC first, so I have never seen this before. And I'm pretty sure it's not an actual opening. This looks like maybe a Terran versus Protoss opening, if I'm being honest.
A freestyle.
Yeah.
FunKa is very good at freestyle actually, like when he raps and stuff. He had that song at Home Story Cup with Coca.
Ah, yeah, I didn't catch that.
Well, you missed a great esports cringe moment. That's what I can tell you. They're okay. Nice. They are very good lyricists actually, both of them. They write stuff pretty fast and they know how to rap a little bit.
They did it in English or in French?
I think it was in French, but there was subtitles. Like they played the clip at the same time or something.
Ah, okay.
Pretty sure it was in French, yeah. In English would be way harder.
Yeah. Oh, YoGo is actually getting cheeky here with a Roach Warren of a very few workers, and I think that's very smart. YoGo so far every game, he went for the early Overlord speed, he played very reactive, and now he's just switching it up, but he's switching it up in the same game where FunKa is deciding to go for a build that involves a lot of early Marine production, so if FunKa catches any idea of what's going on and makes one bunker, he's in a really good spot, but he doesn't have a Reaper, so I'm not sure how he would notice, although this map is very big, so I feel like he might just have enough Marines.
Yeah, because he's pumping out those Marines 3x3 currently, and Steampack is probably going to be pretty close to finishing when this hits. But yeah, Bunker would have been sick, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. This looks like a pressure build that is designed to do damage against openings that are Hellion openings and then go into a starboard unit that isn't a Banshee. So maybe a Viking opening or an early battle cruiser or an early Liberator. But against someone that just opens with Marine production, with Barracks production, he's actually making a blind bunker now, which is a bit too late, but if he uses SCVs and Marines, I don't think he should lose too much.
He's blocking himself actually with the depot here a little bit. Good control by YoGo as well. Resetting the concave. Making sure he was only fighting the Marines while the SCVs were blocked, and now he's kiting so that he can kill the SCVs while dodging the shot from those Marines as well. So that gives us 36 drones to 33 SCVs. Was that enough?
No, I think this wasn't enough actually for YoGo, because the thing is now Stim is finished and he's gonna have Medivacs on the map very early. So I would say FunKa's in a really good spot this time. So we're gonna see if he can play from this position. Like the problem with the opening that YoGo chose in this position that he's in right now is that he won't have any good anti-air forever. So FunKa can just drop now, and every time, as soon as the fight starts going wrong, he can just pick up his units. But that's obviously easier said than done, right? Like if he has the multitasking to do so, I think he's in a very good spot.
Yeah, double medivac production on the way now. So he's gonna get number 3 and 4 pretty quickly. And usually this, what do you think is the scariest thing Terran can do when they get their first 4 medivac? Is it like 2 and 2 or like
Yeah,
2
2 and
towards the
2.
main base, 2 towards the third?
Yeah, I think 2 and 2, and like threaten to go to the main, and then usually creep spread by the time where for medevacs are out is way further than it is in this game. So usually they just use it to clear creep. But in this game, YoGo actually has very poor creep spread. So, oh my god, I hope he's watching his Marines. Okay, he is. And yeah, I feel like FunKa might maybe wanted to clear some creeper, but there's just no creep to be seen.
Yeah,
Because
he's going to 5 rags, by the way, again before third.
yeah. Do you think he's gonna make a third base?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Didn't that used to be the standard?
I don't know. Back in Wings of Liberty, I was Gold League, so.
Damn, you will go that far, Wings of Liberty?
Towards the end of the Wings, I got like Masters, and then one season I got GM. But never in my pro gaming career has been 5 Rex into 3rd CC, be it that thing in TVZ. I think it's more of a thing against Protoss, maybe. Oh, actually, Medivac, a single Medivac going to the main base now, and he's doing a very good job. YoGo actually attacking with the drones, already getting 7 drones here at the same time in the natural.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. I feel like he's using his build the way it's meant to be used now.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get that many Marines and Medivacs, and you be on 5 racks before you take a third base. And in this case, where's the third base? I was sure he was gonna take it.
I would actually really like him to see him just attack now.
This is almost like a U-thermal-esque thing, right? Where you keep attacking.
Yeah.
And like you don't take the bases very early, and then like you float your command center whenever need as well, whatever need be.
Yeah, very Ordenish. I feel like, yeah, it's not very common, but if any Terran player would play like this, it's probably a thermal. Nice reaction time here on the Medivacs, and FunKa is pushing out with an army supply lead against a player that is on roaches. So, and YoGo's even tacking up to a hive. I feel like YoGo, even though he sees that there is no third base here, is kind of tacking up a bit too quickly here. He doesn't even have Zergling speed, so he needs to just stay on Roach Ravager.
Alright, Marines gonna get on top of the action here. Yeah, YoGo just doesn't have enough.
Yeah.
He's going roaches and he's got less supply, like something went wrong somewhere, obviously.
Yeah, no, I think this is the result of the early multitasking from FunKa and the failed roach attack, and this is looking really good for FunKa here. And we're honestly getting very close to seeing a big upset, I feel like, in this tournament. In case YoGo would be eliminated.
Yeah. Being a top 2 finisher from the last one, he's gonna try to defend here against this massive force. Does get a cleanup, I think, but not before losing 23 drones and his third base. Against some FunKa who did go for a third command center and who can float his initial orbital elsewhere as well if he wants to.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this was a cleanup, but at what cost, as you guys like to say. I think it's going to be very hard for YoGo to come back into this one. I'm not even sure what he wants to do with the hive. He doesn't have melee upgrades, he doesn't have Zergling speed.
Who do you think is the best European Terran right now?
The best European Terran? U-Terran,
Yeah.
probably.
And where does he or Marine rank?
Probably rank 2.
Okay. Third? Who's third?
Soul? I think third place is either Clem or Soul. I think they're pretty close.
Yeah. Do you think Clem is still like improving a lot to a point where he might become like one of the really absolute best Europeans in the future because he's so young?
Yeah, I feel like Clem always has his up and downs.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the kind of player that can get frustrated very easily with a matchup and then kind of get mind blocked in it. So he's the kind of player that goes in between 6.4k MMR and Right now he's 6.8k or even higher than that. So I think he has a lot of potential for sure.
What about Marine Lord?
I think Marine Lord is actually really smart. A really smart player, so I think he is a scary tournament opponent, but I think he still needs to better his mechanics a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the side effect of playing a lot of Overwatch for a while
Yeah.
definitely must be there. I feel like StarCraft is one of the hardest games to like stop playing for some time and then go back to, because it's so demanding, you know, speed-wise, mechanically, everything. You're always gonna be like a shadow of your former self.
Yeah, I feel like that's why I was so impressed by Teja at Homestuck Cup. I thought like
Yeah.
he would be easy, but he actually proved to be very strong.
But that's also why it's so rewarding, right? If you can do it. If you can come back to like a good level, or even reach a good level in this game. Like back when I was a pro, I felt very comfortable playing StarCraft, so even though I wasn't, you know, the best player by any means, it definitely, you know, felt like something special. Like it's a special feeling. And then like now, years later after quitting pro play, like if I play, I just feel like I'm so horrible in comparison. You ever have this where like you stop playing for even like a week or something? Like right now it's Christmas time, you're with your family, and then when you return?
Yeah, I think if I take 1 week off even, I already see my level drop, like all my mechanics.
Yeah, but then it comes back pretty fast, I guess, no?
No,
like 1
yeah,
week?
like after even after a couple of days, I think.
Okay.
If it's only a 1 week break, I think it shouldn't be too bad. The thing is that StarCraft is very, at least Zerg is a very rhythm-based race, so as long as you play a bit, you can get like into it quite quickly.
It's like bicycle, comes back quickly.
Yeah, kind of.
173 supply. Huh.
Yeah, I'm very surprised FunKa is taking his sweet time here with attacking. I guess he doesn't see the necessity because of how low YoGo's economy is, but I feel like the only way he loses is if he gets YoGo the time to get anywhere close to max out.
Yeah. Like the moment he's maxed out, he needs to be attacking, because then after that, YoGo is only catching up to FunKa in those numbers.
And I'm not sure how comfortable FunKa is in his micro against infestors and such, so I would really like to see him attack now.
He's trying to sneak a Liberator on the left side, maybe to try and keep YoGo busy for a second so he could position. And yeah, but the cruise spread being non-existent is like super scary as well for YoGo. Yeah. How is he supposed to engage properly without cruise spread?
Yeah, no. One of the things that YoGo didn't do super well in this tournament so far is watching his opponents, or tracking his opponent's army movement. Like he saw it this time with Zergling. Now he's sucking some roaches there. Doing some small counterattacks at third base of FunKa, but that gets cleaned up. Cute Borodo.
What's your time now?
It's 13:08.
Okay, I'll pause for a few seconds so we can be synced.
14, 15, 16.
Oh, it's it. We're in sync. We're in sync again.
Perfect.
For what I think should be the final fight whenever FunKa finally decides to attack, because like, his army is just insane.
I mean, that's what you talked about earlier, right? Like, at this point, if he doesn't attack, every second is better for YoGo than it is for FunKa right now.
He's got a 50 army lead, which is only gonna become closer and closer the more he waits. Is he really sending his whole army for 2 bird Zerglings here?
And his planetary is off position.
These are like the 2 best bird Zerglings I've ever seen. Forced 145 army to come back for them and didn't even kill them.
Oh my god, could we see some deadly fungals here? Oh my god, one completely whiff. He's sieging up his army right now, but we can see that FunKa is actually having some trouble controlling this this massive army.
It feels like even if he just attack moved, as long as Fungal doesn't land on his whole army, he might just win if he just impacts. But it's hard to unclump on this map, right? Because it's like narrow. Like YoGo's gonna fish for the small spaces, for the stairways.
I think even if he clumped up completely, there's only 5 banelings. I guess the Ultras could do some damage too. But he's definitely way too passive. But YoGo certainly can't attack. YoGo should just stand there and wait for FunKa to move out. But we have to remember that YoGo's only on 3 base himself, which FunKa sees right now. So I guess YoGo planned on doing an attack himself.
That was weird. He almost engaged into a planetary. It's almost as if like he was like, oh, it's very nice, you're being passive. I want you to stay passive. So he faked the attack for a second, just went in and then pulled back before losing any ultra.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised not to see FunKa be more aggressive. Like, unless he wants to drop multiple starports, go into BC, starts making a ton of ghosts. Definitely feels like, I think if he could see the whole supply and like the whole map, he would have definitely gone across the map and tried to close the show.
I feel like he might be in the state where, in a state of mind of artosis, where you say, if I had got more ahead.
Yeah.
Because he's mining more than his opponent. I mean, it makes some sort of logic to just wait, and he's still getting a better army. He's exchanging some of the Marines and Marauders for more Ghosts. He's still getting more Liberators. He's getting his +3 upgrade. It makes somewhat sense because YoGo is on a very on a lower economy, but
how many Ghosts should you get?
As many as possible. But in this case, I think just a couple in an attack. But usually, if I would like if a Terran is really good with them, just the more Ghosts the better because they're so good. Like they're even just their auto attack is quite good and their HP.
Fusion Core on the way now. He's got 2 starports.
For Liberator range, I guess.
Yeah, gonna drop some more. Oh my god. He almost
He's
killed his Sensor Tower.
game.
Did you see?
Yeah.
He attacked his Sensor Tower to half HP. That is not the building you wanna kill, FunKa. Neural Parasite. What for?
I don't know what that's for.
Ghost?
Maybe to neural a Ghost and an EMP.
That would be so insane. Yeah, last time he got Neural in the Casters tournament, he stole a probe from Rotty and made a Mana Nexus. So, why not?
That has some serious die, by the way. Manor next swinging a Protoss. Oh. FunKa really needs to be careful. He's walking across the map unsieged. As long as it's off creep, I feel like it's fine, but once he approaches the creep, he should be a bit more careful. He also completely is going without tanks. Actually, only has 1 tank left.
And now there's a bit more creep actually on that bottom side of the map.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's attacking here though. There's no... Like, he's not denying a base or anything. There's actually one infestor here sneaking up from behind who could land a massive fungal. At the same time, a drop in the top gets denied quite easily here.
Yeah, YoGo did a very good job though on staying on the creep and threatening those fungals and sometimes landing some good ones to really delay this attack more and more. And this is what I was talking about. YoGo at 95 army, FunKa at 145. Now it's 117 to 141, so YoGo is closing that gap slowly but surely.
Yeah. FunKa is still obviously in a dominating position. If he trades somewhat evenly, he's in a sick position. He can't really lose this game, but there is always the possibility in late game that one army gets completely wiped with all the spellcasters. If he gets everything fungled plus banelings, things can go south very quickly. And FunKa's army control might not be on the absolute highest level, which Terran is very hard to do. But I like how carefully he's walking with the scanning. I think that's very important. He knows that there's Burrow and YoGo was very good at using it already, so there might be some World Banelings, some Burrowed Infestors.
Alright, he's looking to try and engage off creep over there on the north side. I think, yeah, YoGo's just gonna sack that base. Wait, is he? Oh yeah, should be. Pretty terrible idea, I think, to engage there.
Yeah. I guess the next base for YoGo to take is the middle one, but even this one doesn't have creep. He's remaking some queens now, I guess, to inject and also get some creep going.
Oof. Quasi bias landing. Couple with some fungals here.
There is still the sneaky infestor that's behind the army. But he can never engage up this ramp at all. Yeah. So if FunKa is good, he just sends a couple of units right now.
Oh my god. Doing. Oof. Why doesn't he set up a flank here to come in from behind with a lot of units? He has vision. Oh my god. What is he doing?
Yeah, he's kind of forced to defend the space because it's his main source of income, but he should do exactly what you said and try to get a flank from behind. But even then, this position would look very good for FunKa.
And FunKa is about to get advanced ballistics, so his siege range with the Liberator is going to be even further. He might be able to reach those drones or even this army, just like kind of leapfrog very slowly.
Yeah. It's even just those two Liberators. I feel like it would be worth it to just go forward with the Ravagers and pile them down. Or even just with the Corruptors. I guess the Corruptors are a bit scary because the Ghosts can connect to them, but yeah.
He's going behind with just 2 Ultras, 3 Ravagers, some Banes, and I think YoGo's just gonna engage into this head-on in a sec.
Yeah.
The Ghosts are so scary.
Oh, very good final at the bottom, but no follow-up. And now he's gonna go in. Final on all the Ghosts actually, so none of the snipes will land. Extremely good finals here by YoGo.
He trapped them in that position, so they couldn't go forward and EMP everything that was on the ramp. Wow, what a cleanup.
Yeah.
Damn, that sound of Ghost dying, by the way. It's pretty sick.
I like it. It's very satisfying as a Zerg. FunKa is actually very low on gas, so... And I'm not sure how many barracks he has. Wait, how many does he have? It's T? He only has 7 barracks, so he's kind of having trouble right now to remax. And YoGo is going into Brood Lords. And in order to deal with the Brood Lords, you need a lot of Ghosts actually, and he's kind of using his energy right now to snipe some Ultras. There were some good snipes, but once he's out of energy, he needs to be very careful. He probably should start producing Vikings right now.
Oh my god, this Ghost. Finally fire from the tanks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, without Vikings, it's gonna be tough here, and he's got 0. He's got 8 Liberators, but they're sieging against grounds right now, and they're not exactly the best unit to take out Broodlords either.
Yeah, exactly. He needs those against the ground too, because he doesn't have anything else that zones out. He also has 0 medevacs right now, I think. So every stim is very costly. So we might have actually gotten to the point where YoGo could come back here from being very, very far behind. Oh, FunKa actually is on the other side of the map with some Liberators active. So YoGo is not mining a lot himself. I feel like YoGo is on a timer right now where he just should attack right now. He's being outmined massively here.
I mean, he's on 5 bases though. He can't either send back some Corruptors. Oh my god, he all morphed them? He's got 2 left. I think if he clears out these Liberators and just starts mining again, like he's okay to stay in the game longer, right? I don't think he needs to attack now.
I just think it's a very uncomfortable position, but I think YoGo also thinks he's the better player, and FunKa's army control isn't probably the best, so yeah, I agree.
Both players on 5 bases. What an interesting situation.
I would be so scared right now if I was YoGo, because you don't see the production of the Terran, that there's like 20 Vikings all of a sudden. All he has against it is Infestors. This is actually a pretty sick game, honestly.
Oh my god, the Ghost! Goes for the snipes! Lands a few of them. Oh, he neural the Ghost! He's gonna try to... Wait, he can't make up his mind. Oh my god, the Ghosts look insane when they're neuraled.
Yeah, they look really cool. I think he just realized that he neural them and then wanted to go back for the EMP. But if you just walk out of range, you lose the neural, so...
Oh, he doesn't have the hotkey for snipe!
Yeah. That happened to me too.
He went forward and he wanted to snipe the Ghost and he didn't have the hotkey. That's so funny.
That actually happened to me with battle cruisers, where it's really important. You know, like once you neural them, you want to use the jump so they can't jump away anymore.
Check the vision of FunKa. Oh my god!
Oh my god, that's so risky. Holy shit!
That's so sick. He's still not scanning. He might not have. No, he does have some.
And the funnel from behind catching all of the goals. Sick engagement here by YoGo.
How is there not a turret here?
Yeah, that was insanely risky to go in there to begin with, but I feel like this trade is not as good as it looked to begin with for YoGo, and FunKa still has a big bank, and now he's coming in from all the angles, and there's just no anti-air here anymore. The Broodlords are alone, they're being cleaned up, and FunKa has such a massive bank that... Yeah, it's looking like we're going into game 3 soon.
How did this fail so hard? It looked so good for a second.
I think he just didn't have enough units. Also, he kind of engaged into a concave, and the Liberators, once the Nurl was done, I think he should have unsieged them. YoGo should have unsieged the Liberators, because they started killing the Infestors. But super cool engagement here by YoGo.
Yeah. FunKa finally confident enough to move across the map and go for the big attack. Felt like he could have done that a long time ago, but he does it now, and I think he's right. Doesn't feel like there is enough anymore for YoGo to hold on.
Yeah, at the same time with some liberators.
These guys are on a rampage.
Yeah, there's not much YoGo can do here anymore. He's trying his hardest with the little units he has left. Throwing down some infested Terrans that are obviously very, very strong against air. There's some burrowed bending mines that might go off here. I feel like he's just waiting for that. Yeah, he's using them and there's nothing he can do anymore.